Abusunya Kennedy akompre kwa Japan ena Palgrave Boakye-Danquah a ono efri Dr. Bawumia chi abe supporto Kennedy akompre kwa Japan echirem de ntia emane take decision say 2028 Kennedy akompre kwa Japan ene dibedi oman Ghana animu a ebeboa ne nyina se wo chiremu a Dr. Bawumia ohwe ne performance na wo performu abysmally a ene kwan say MPP for SR repeat no.
We prove to the Ghanaian people say so free wa ufi boga ufi tamale, ufi volta, ufi bono, ufi ashanti, ufi central, ufi bebia wagana mu. Na se go to me bo modern ebasra. The party will give you the opportunity. But the fact that the party has given you the opportunity, bruh, near figures and say extremely abysmal. There's no need repeating a bad strategy. And that's where we are. It's for me. Michelle Ghana Dachi.
People argue say first timer from Adubu, you need to go and sign what me away.
Those arguments do not hold water because the world has changed. Maybe about 13 years old. In the next 4 years, maybe about 12. Doesn't know Adubu. That's the truth.
You're right.
He doesn't know Adubu.
He doesn't
know Adubu. In fact, to be fair, I'll tell you something. Cheddar has a bright future in this country.
Yeah.
Because many young people know him. Odiazie. Aha. So those history, those antecedents and histories, it doesn't work in this alpha generation. Alpha generation, they don't know them. Odiazie, they don't know them. If you put those antecedents, it's just about 20% of the population.
Okay.
They are looking for new trends. To those does not hold water. If Nakasa they hold water, John Dramani Mahama would not become president.
Yeah.
It tells you say the dynamics have changed, the history has changed. It's first timer, second timer. See, you got to about 2028. And you declare Honorable Ken Agyapong as the president-elect of the Republic of Ghana. So you say that will change the strategy.
In terms,
nature this strategy now. In the near future, we can say first time I can win. And exactly. Let's look beyond that, because those ones he holds no antecedents across the world and even across the globe. The world has evolved. Today we are over 8 billion people in the world. Now, meaning Kofi didn't come out about cyber security. Obviously, the rate at which cyber security and data and internet and digitalization and everything is going, sometimes in the you'll be there and a baby too. Your phone crying crazy.
Yeah.
But today, look, Kalani phone. They can even unlock your phone without your notice.
Yeah.
It's reaching us. So we need a leader. He can meet where the world is. Because you see how the world is in a storm. If you look at Nisi US, over Nisi East Asia, from Middle East, over Africa, the world is in a storm. You need leaders who can strive above that storm. And that's the truth. You need leaders who are tried, tested.
People are saying whoever I'm representing as candidate we are moving winning 2028.
No, 2028, you be winning a battle for the new patriotic party with a new candidate, Honorable Ken Agyapong, the flag bearer incoming, and the incoming president. Everything you do winning a battle. If we don't present Honorable Ken Agyapong, forget it.
Reasons.
Ghana for budget so.
Okay.
Me drive around. Kofi say, hey, about to the uncle ye crowd. When you say Ghana for pay asempa?
Pa.
About to the uncle ye power. The one I'm the neighbor. Now I throw in the name. This is like January of 2025. You see, you don't know about Agyapong ever. People give me words, fantastic, solid, good decision. What do you know? Sign kaka on bedi Ghana for sika. And I'm like, wow. Obeka no kre ama Ghana. Obema Ghana etumpong. When you say people are getting tired of politicians. And data be out. Now data never out, people on conform Uncle Twabano. Brebrena are tired of the rhetorics. People need actions. Me, I like President Zelensky.
Okay.
He said his country is going through war. He can't dress in a formal way when his country is going through war.
Yeah.
He needs to dress in a way that makes him comfortable and war ready.
Yeah.
Maybe a guy they do know. Bruh. We need a leader who can get into the ditches and unpack the country and repack it and repackage it and present.
And who is that leader?
Honorable Agyapong. That's it. That's it. My steady system, no. I've seen it. Do you understand? We need to be very pragmatic. My chef factories are an individual. I'm paying another Danquah Kofi Dubai. Okay, so be one district, one factory. As a government. Listen, as a government. And I've looked at an individual. Nipa ba akope. Maybe he may have partners, but just an individual. And we see almost 6 factories and counting. Factories, so a nightclub and a chop bar. Let's be real. Factories that employ people. Factories that create a whole value chain. An entire value chain. What are you talking about?
My name is Wasem. You said the Ghanaian nature. I mean, Oshia President Kofi, Bren Huase, Gentle Giant, President Mills. I mean, they may pass from G. As against President Kufuor then. President Kufuor has to change the style. The way I Ghana for Bejina Tum. Uba President Mahama. On perform cry say a peden hojo. It's one about Ken and Isuyashi.
Leader Bia, you need 3 things. You must be a lion, a dove, and a sheep.
A good leader, Bia.
Every good leader.
Okay.
You must have these 3 things. Me, my PhD is in leadership.
Okay, sure.
Every leader, you need 3 things. You must be a lion, you must be a lamb, and you must be a dove. These 3 things. Leader Bia.
Lion side none of them can work out until failure.
Hold on.
Kosu.
Me. Every leader Bia ewa niema oye.
Okay.
Every leader Bia achieve BB. Every leader achieves something. Bia to me achieve it to your expectation, but every leader achieves something. In the structure of governance, every leader achieves something. And in the structure of governance, you to me because a Ghana Funya to Obama, a particular leader, we can't say that. What you say? It's once a Ghana Funya did to me a show on Saturday. We believe say Ghana for Judi. That's why President Rawlings became a president. That's why John Agyapong Kufuor became president. That's why Atta Mills became president. That's why John Dramani Mahama became president and is president. That's why Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo became president. Because any MPP for open a tomano, Ghana for a tomano, and Ghana for so you nipa miensa. We have Ghanaians who are lions. We have Ghanaians who are doves. And we have Ghanaians who are sheep. It's every leader, you must strategically know how to play these levels.
Okay.
Since I made declare my position for Honorable Ken Agyapong, I've had an opportunity to be close with him. And I can tell you that Mitre China Meshena, he represents these 3.
Okay.
He has a lion, he has a dove, and he has a lamb. When to be unbalancing me that's where you begin to fail. That's where you begin to fail. It will give you an example. John Dramani Mahama, the code of conduct by. I commended it. That John Dramani Mahama, the code of conduct by. Because I've been exposed. I've been exposed around the world to the extent to say, between President Etra Basimu, a president of a Western country, president of a Western country in Netherlands, to me for motorbike and a bicycle, and riding around. So we need that kind of leadership where systems work. What the code of conduct about? I was not even calling for a harsher punishment. But I was saying that at least strike the whip. Put a committee together. Suspend the young man. Do an investigation. Reinstate him. Let Ghanaians know that you have that courage to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's leadership. Hey? So see, that code of conduct has no battle. It can't fight anything. It's lost its potency. And the actions of the sitting government has embarrassed our courage. So what I say.
And do you think say Ken and Kobe?
Ken would have fired him.
I didn't, yeah.
Because he's a lion.
Okay.
And then he would have called him and tended him as a sheep. Say, don't do that again. And then as a dove, he will find a way to reinstate him in a different place. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you say the ball stops with the president, and then the ball stops with the leader. Me in my house, there's not a single decision my wife will not say I'll talk to my husband. Not a single decision. In fact, even decisions that I don't want to be part of it. Me Rebecca say, wait till daddy comes. Do you understand? Ghana is divided into three. People that are lions, people that are sheep, and people that are doves. Who here leader or between combining all three of them? You don't need a leader only dominant in all three of them. In World War I, World War II, there was a strategy that was put in place. It's called the DISC analysis. DISE. It's not SWOT. SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. No. You need a leader or a proper analysis of the DISC analysis. What is DISC? D is for a leader or a driver. A leader who can drive to deliver. That's what I'm saying. The world is in a stormy situation. If you just look at it, you to an aeroplane, 30,000 feet above sea level, 45,000 feet above sea level.
You do no oxygen.
And turbulence bar. You need an experienced pilot to survive a turbulence in the cloud. Because turbulence bar, you see nothing, literally. You are even off the radar. That's how serious. Anything in aeroplanes, yeah. Anything in aeroplane. I don't know Burkina Faso asem. It's because the leader in Burkina Faso is rising above the status quo of all the continental leaders.
But at what point when he bow also said, this time around it should be Canada, Japan.
You know, you see Abato. The results was devastating. But I've studied the results. It cannot be compared to any election done in this country.
Yes.
I'm telling you,
True.
It cannot.
True.
From 92 to 96 to 2000 to 2004 to 2008 to 2012 to 2016 to 2020, 2024 election, no, yet to me found to two election be or Ghana. You know what? Oman another Danko Ekufuado. It's a very wise man. Party no, it's na homo biya. Party no will sue and a buying. Party no, it will sue and a buying. It's a shame you hold ma or man penny another Danko Ekufuado or trust your dream war share or say, hey, party, the way I'm confirmed every party no, any the sooner the buy no.
Yes, I need it.
And yes, I need it. It's here for she be to one ma a beman confirm who say that be a. So ufi A, ufi B, ufi C, also be to have a video man.
Nagana for power.
Nagana for power be to have a video man. Now I read a book that was written by a guy called Robin Sherman. The book is titled "The Leader Without a Title," and the monk who sold his Ferrari. Now if you see bia, usho bia, or your leader, or we chi, our any followers. On per se obey your front line. But that's the best of leadership. It's even scriptural. The Bible says that Prophet Jesus Christ says, my sheep know my voice. Ebe na odran with master voice. Not just a master no one. So in Israel, me tra honom ifie in Israel, omo mo hwe ndwan no so no, ndwan no we nim na omo wechi. Every leader or three extra followers no is the best tactical and strategic leader. Honorable Kenneth Agyapong, he's not been a minister before.
True.
At best, he's been a chairman of a committee in parliament. 24 years experience in the legislative arm of government. Seen all governments from NDC to MPP. Seen all presidents from President Jerry John Rawlings to President John Agyapong Kufuor to President Tata Mills to John Dramani Mahama to Nana Addo Dankwa Kufuor. Seen all of them. And strategically, so Trechi.
So he's a businessman, politician.
Of course.
I see.
So Trechi, now to me, tactically, strategizing well, you'll be one of the best leaders Ghana can have. Because it's not about yourself. That's why I said the leader without a title. It's not about yourself. It's about the fact that people the Ghana to me see baby. We will not always go cup in hand begging. It is always troubling, bruh. Say, every time you care about IMF. Do you know the creation of IMF? It's the International Monetary Fund. How does the International Monetary Fund work? So, into your mind, the International Monetary Fund does not work. Every time there's a system in place to make sure, say, you will come cup in hand begging to the International Monetary Fund. Now, say, Ghana, you pay a fan. I think that at a stage we should be able to say it's okay. It's okay. We should say it's okay because there are many more generations behind us. Now, look at businessmen or mere business in Ghana. In fact, there could have been a lot of environment that could make my business. They will strive more. But so be a business in Ghana, invest in Ghana, employ people in Ghana. That person is a can-do person. Dangote made man in Nigeria, contributes significantly to the economy of Nigeria. Ghana, we need such people. We need a strategy, I say, global business, I say, global politics, I say. He can sit in the room with the big boys of G7 and tell them that we're not taking this in Ghana, and that should be it. We need that level of boldness. We need that level of audacity. We need to change the tide of the country. And this country will say, so crash ship. Now almost there will say, you can't take your ship across the Indian Ocean and now the Atlantic Ocean. And you know, say your ship is durable. Now crossing on, you prove to them that you can. That's what the New Patriotic Party did. We proved to the Ghanaian people, say, the New Patriotic Party is not an ethnic party for one particular ethnic group. We proved to the Ghanaian people, say, so ufi wa, ufi boga, ufi tamale, ufi volta, ufi bono, ufi ashanti, ufi central, ufi bebia wagana mu, nase utu mi bo umoding, ebasra, the party will give you the opportunity. But the fact that the party has given you the opportunity, brah, near Shafi Gesselena say extremely abysmal. There's no need repeating a bad strategy. And that's where we are.